It is map 3 of BlueBoo fighting God Hates Weebs on College Thief. Very small map. Let us see how it goes. Generally, we would say this was a good map for a coalition because of the AAVs. But this is nerfed in the patch. You cannot do this so easily. So we will see who is able to come out on top of this match. Watch the other one first, if you have not seen this, for I will spoil it. I don't know, how long am I gonna do that? I'm gonna keep going. BlueBoo was able to win this match. Very tense, very fun, but he won. It was beautiful. I keep wanting to say also, that's not a French word. I don't know, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop before Sarum gets mad at me. Sarum, that is. Show. Oh, that's funny. This guy, I guess, didn't get a rally points. He's just kind of like, I'm guarding the carrier. I'm keeping him safe. I have endlets on, so it doesn't look as ridiculous, but suffice to say, he's quite small. This time, Blue not going for a base runner retirement. We saw that last game. But the tech choices seem to be pretty much the same. Although I think Blue got one salvager. No, I don't know how it worked. Well, yeah, maybe he made it out of the production cruise, right? So he got a salvager before he got Sandskimmer fabrication. But both players with the Strikecraft ready, and God Hates Weave's also going to be making them immediately. And it looks like Blue going to be ready to take an easy extract. Not sure what God is planning on doing with his base runner right here, but something, I'm sure. We shall have to see. And Fighter and Gunship Fabrication comes out almost immediately now from God Hates Weebs. That's pretty interesting. No tech this time, or well, I mean, there wasn't tech this early last time either, but at any rate, Blue is going to be going for Sandskimmer armor, so he's got level 1 now. He seems to do that pretty often. That is going to allow him to take this fight with the LAV pretty nicely. ALM immediately gets deployed here, and I feel like this is kind of a bad sign, because obviously you don't need the fleet capacity, and this is pretty expensive, but we'll just have to see, I guess. But Blue, again, kind of waffling around a little bit. Like, I think if he's going to get Sandskimmer armor, he wants to take the fight. Oh, I just got stabbed in the heart a little bit. Yeah, okay. Again, Power Reserve 1 not needed here, really, so I wouldn't be getting that. But looks like he's really trying to just gatekeep the extraction here. He's not actually trying to... he's not actually trying to do any damage with his units just yet. So that's interesting to see. So, by the way, if you're ever playing against this guy, be ready for the gunship, because he really likes to do it. He didn't do it last game, and I think that's just because he was attacked so early and he had to get AAVs, but... yeah, obviously Blue's not going to have any anti-air because he's not expecting this, but you can counter-strat against this guy. He almost always does this, so... but that's not really... That's not a point against Blue. He doesn't really know this guy yet, so... I like how Blue is actually giving waypoints here. They're a little bit messy, right, because it slows them down just a bit, but it makes sure that no one's going to like split off and go around this side of the rock, which is so annoying how they do that, but yeah, you really don't want that. Wow, he's almost like a magician. Like, the way the timing worked there was almost perfect for him, so that the Sandskimmers didn't get seen until like the last possible moment. That is going to give... that is going to give Blue an opportunity to pick off a salvager here, I would have imagined. Yeah, it's going to go down for sure. And maybe he'll be able to attack this ALM over here. Looks like he's just going to back away. That's kind of what I was saying, thinking he should do. Double blast drone is out, by the way. I noticed this. He seems to be kind of like waiting for his opponent to come in. He's not going to go for it, though. And here comes the gunship. Now, it's going to fly over the base runner, take a little bit of damage there, but there's just nothing back at home that's going to stop this, right? And it's interesting in this mod, you can kind of use base runners as like soft anti-air, but they won't work against gunships really, because I think anyway, yeah, the gunship's got like 9 armor. It's not going to take much damage at all from the base runner. So it's going to be a massacre over on the home front. This could be microed a little bit by Blue, but still, even with micro, that was going to do a lot of damage. And there you go, quite a couple of salvagers. Typically, my thoughts on the gunship rush, even in vanilla, have kind of been like, well, you're just going to take damage, just kind of deal with it. But you do need to stop him from getting you the second time, because once he comes in the second time, well, now you should be able to stop it. That's going to take missile ship fabrication or something in here, right? Blue could maybe hold it off using like the production cruiser and the base runner, like having both of them in the middle, making another base runner and having it in the middle too. Like he could maybe do some damage that way, but I don't know. Blast drone's just going to try to make a beeline for the railgun. I don't know about that. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, they're just going to get killed off there. It's too difficult to get them through. There's like ALMs here and everything. Got it, Weebs, by the way, pulling the marked target, which is really nice to see. Really good ability if you're getting attacked by strike craft like that. It'll make sure they die a little bit faster. But I mean, it's too late anyway. He's getting attacked like the Sandskimmers were on top of him. They were gonna kill him anyway. AV fabrication coming in. I forgot hits Weebs. I think that's just a reaction to the big numbers of Sandskimmers right here. But there's already assault railguns actually in the area, which is kind of nice to see. That's like kind of what you would use to counter that. Only problem is that means there's not missile ships. Indeed, I believe he delayed his tech to get these assault railguns, and now he's kind of paying for it. As you can see, the gunship just going to smash them down with impunity right there. Does a lot of damage to the Sandskimmers too, and it's going to kill them all off as well. And suddenly this production cruiser is starting to look like he's kind of in a bit of danger. Although, one thing I will say is I'd love to see Blue being more aggressive like he is in these games, but he's still getting Power Reserve 1. No, but he just needs to be a little bit more careful about that gunship. I might even get refinery mode at this point because it's pretty obvious your attack's falling apart at the main, but you can get ahead of him in eco, right? Because you have held him onto one base. He's not got a support cruiser anywhere in sight. I mean, if you go for refinery mode now, you should be ahead. I'm pretty sure. It's going to be a production cruiser instead. That's fine, but I think I would have preferred to see refinery mode there, and then the production cruiser after. One thing I do really like though is we got a missile battery coming out here. The gunship is pretty much ready to launch already. Yeah, we'll see if it gets sent against the eco again. It might, and I don't think Blue's ready for that. But he can do some damage to it on the way. Maybe he can catch it on the way back. So I mean, it is a little bit risky. It looks like that gunship not going to be used for anything. Oh yeah, there it is. I shouldn't have said anything. I jinxed it. Now, of course, if he flies over here, he's pretty much dead. It is 3 anti-air sources, but no, it's gonna go straight for the eco, and that's kind of what I expected. How far is that production cruiser? Not far enough. Yeah, I mean, like the production cruiser on its own, like if God doesn't micro it at all, would be able to kill off the gunship, right? But I don't know. That would also kind of require God to fall asleep. And, brethren, God does not sleep. Much more eco damage being done here than on the other side. I think it's obvious to see. That's why I was recommending refinery mode, because if Blue hangs back, then it's much more easy to defend like areas of the map, right? Like if all you're defending is, okay, I need to hold this area right here, then it's much easier to have anti-air coverage for the whole thing. Also, this fight here is not going to go his way. He does actually have more railguns than his opponent, but they're kind of out of position. And he needs to be careful. He keeps them with his strike craft too. Looks like, well, I was going to say it looks like God's missed it, but if he had gone over here, he would have lost the railguns to the strike craft, wouldn't he? Yeah, but then he could trade. I think that probably was the right move. So Blue's still with this kind of aggressive position, but also still with no anti-air. No, okay, he does have anti-air in the base now. Good. And I imagine he's getting refinery mode next. You can see he's already in position with that production cruiser. The gunship is ready to launch again, but this time he shouldn't be able to get anything for free out of the main. Let us see though. Comes out here. I'm not sure where it's gonna go straight for the railguns. This I think is kind of a death sentence. No, actually, it's gonna dock and it's gonna get away with this. I mean, that is something that gunships have that strike fighters don't, is that they can come into a hot area and be like, oh, I don't want to be here, and just leave. He picked off a railgun basically for free there, right? Oh wow, look how much lag I can get if I just like flip between carriers. That's crazy. I feel like that's not normal. Anyway, one story I haven't really been covering is that there's 4 extractions here for Blue. This is the 4th one going down here. And that's a pretty big deal. Obviously, God Hates Weebs has got to get control of the field now, or he's going to be in some big trouble. Ooh. Sorry, just stretching my back a little bit there. Another production cruiser on the way here. Anyway, that's okay. Yeah, definitely he needs to be going for refinery mode before a third production cruiser. There's no way you're going to be able to produce off 3 units like that, but... that's... Yeah, it's interesting, I guess. In comes a probe. Not sure what exactly it wants to see, other than its own death. Just goes smashing down into the desert there. But yeah, Blue, you maniac. You definitely got to get some. Definitely got to get refinery mode, because this army here is just going to get bigger and bigger. With the carrier production upgrade is done, he's on 2 base, so his ability to spam railgun is much higher than Blue's. And oh, he's getting more anti-air, which I mean that makes sense because the gunship's still a problem for him. But like, yeah, he needs to be spending that money on anti-railgun, not anti-air. And Power Reserve 2, again, you haven't been attacked once in a way that the carrier can block. Like, why would you get this? It's just wasted money. That's quite unfortunate, but again, as long as Blue can hold on just long enough to get this extraction, he's fine. It's just that this army here is definitely capable of shutting this down. The extraction's about to come out here. Now, the base burner's got smoke. I think he needs to get the missile batteries close, because either they act as cannon fodder and, like, you know, you're wasting your opponent's shots, or they can use that barrage ability and shut it down. Artifact is being picked up. No, base burner's in range. All right, so you've got to do something about this now. Is this gonna work for him? Get those railguns. No, AVs are not your problem. Get those railguns. Smoke popped a little bit early there, but it might be enough. The gunship's coming out, but he can't attack the base burner, and I think he's gonna get away with it. Who needs refinery mode anyway, right? That's kind of a noob tech. All right, and Blue takes it 2-0. Excellent. I'm really happy to see that, just because it's a player I've been watching for a long time, and I've always known he's got potential, but I haven't seen him pull it off just yet. But there you go. And hopefully this is a big confidence builder to him as well, that, you know, he can win games. I'm very happy to see that. Nicely done, Blue. Nicely done.